So on Instagram, if you guys were to, anybody out there watching that cares, if you wanted to look at Instagram Inked Mesh, that's INKED Mesh MESH. That is my now public apparel business. I was private up until this January,
Yo,
and
that's
now I'm
big.
working on the website. I'm so busy, I haven't finished the
Mm-hmm.
site yet. But we went public in January. It's just me and my partner Uncle, or Michael's his name. I call him Uncle because he's my former business partner's uncle, but I call him Uncle as well. So basically, on there is actually a carousel post I did with someone wearing Eternal, wearing a Rosebud hoodie I did for him that he always says he loves. I put him in there, and in that it basically says how to take care of a hoodie. In there is tips on how to take care of your apparel pieces, essentially. So you guys want to check that out?
No,
You're
I
more
do
than
want to
welcome
check that
to
out
give us a
because
follow while you're there.
yo, I'm having this anxiety as I spend more money on clothes for the first time in my life, and I start doing the investment shit. And you're like, bro, do I wash this shit? Do I have to go to the fucking dry cleaners? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because like,
No, believe it or not, the dry cleaners will mess your clothes up
Yep.
too. So, because a lot of times they take it and wash it. They take it and wash it. Some things, some to steam clean, but essentially washing it gentle at home on your own and hang drying is always the best.
Yep.
And turn them in everything inside
Inside
out.
out.
Always
Yep.
don't use fabric softener. Do not use fabric
Yep.
softener. I stress
That's
that.
why, I
As much
mean,
as you
right.
want to use it, don't.
I
Hmm.
don't know that I do. I've never thought about using fabric softener. Maybe it was just something that was never in my life much. I don't know if we do. I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't thought about
wool
it.
light. Wool light is probably the best thing you can use on the clothes. Wool light.
This is so interesting. It feels like some of this is like some basic life skills I should just have. But you're right. Nobody be telling me about how to take care of the clothes. They selling me. They just selling me the clothes.
They're just selling it to you. Oh, wear this, and as a
Oh.
someone who is in entertainment, you wear things sometimes one time and put it in the closet because you don't want to get another picture with it.
Facts.
So
Facts. For me, that's for
uh,
sure.
But yeah.
so you actually, I'm gonna spin back just a little bit. So I was bringing up the point about the merch to kind of get into that talk, but also to say, along with me getting back heavy into the merch, I also rekindled my flame with music because
Mm.
my depression took me so far out of it. I messed up in life, so here in that 10 year span, basically doing some wild stuff, and I realized because I was just so everywhere, I knew nowhere to go in my mind. So once I came back to music again, I was like, oh my god, why did I ever stop rapping? Like I love this. Like this is something that I needed in my life. I would have been more focused, even.
Hmm.
So ever since I started rapping last in 2020, 2 years ago now almost, um, everything has been flowing the way it used to. Everything used to be kind of organic and flowing the way it should, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm in a whole new relationship. I got some stepkids now, along with my two daughters, of course. But things are flowing a lot better. And yeah, I'm actually gonna start heading to the studio probably this Friday to start working on a project officially.
Hey.
Um, I got like 15 written, half written, joints already in the clip. So I can't wait to start laying those down. My first session is going to be with Nunzio, and I'm going to do some more new style hip hop. Something that a lot of my older heads don't appreciate as much. But I'm gonna do some auto tune stuff with this other guy named Bash out in Jersey, who's really really proficient in that style. You know what I'm saying? So I think I got some surprises for everybody, and I could really write a song. I promise.
I believe you. But I saw on YouTube that Miss B was like, you should rap. If you wanna
I
give us
should
a
rap.
bit of
What you
rap.
mean?
Yeah, like she said,
Like
asking
right now?
like right
Oh
now.
man, like literally right now. Wait,
That's what she said on YouTube. I'm just translating a comment. I'm bringing it. You can go
let me
check
see.
that.
Let me think off the top. I'm gonna stumble on this, but I'm in my bag of chickens at the Publix, telling paper or plastic. I tell them whatever, running so fly off the Eddie. I'm front, never stunning. Way above the climbing up, man. Back on my
Uh,
bullshit. Rosebud apparel, stay laced. I'm on that new shit. When it comes to getting what I want, I'm a nuisance. Way above their neck, I'm at their neck like nooses. Call me Eddie. Eddie with scissor hands, cutting niggas off like bombs dropping on soccer vans. I'm major greedy. Please relieve me, this my advance. Niggas wouldn't save him when Jesus driving the ambulance. Listen, this the real me, so pay attention. Zeus said, let them speak, they showing off their true intention. Clearly, I'm the man, that's what they say and mention. May the Lord say amen. It's the benediction. So I'm, I'm trying to give it all over the place.
may the
But
Lord
there it
say
is.
amen.
That's dope. Stills, I just appreciate you rolling with that. You went through it. You killed it. You did what you had to do.
No, I'm more of a.
Let's
I
be
never
one.
like going a cappella ever. So I think it's harder to go a cappella than actually hitting a beat.
A little bit, but you
But you learn
did.
that from MC challenges.
Yeah, I watched the MC
Mhm.
challenge on the Zoom the first time, and I was like, "Oh, that's why. That's a whole thing I don't do very well." And I've practiced since. I don't know if I do it well, but I definitely do it more than I used to.
Wait, freestyling or
All of it, even
acapella?
acapellas.
All of it.
Cause like you look at the acapellas and you're like, "Yo, say word. That's a round, right? Like that's a whole round, a written acapella."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're like, okay.
And you have no beat there
So
supporting you.
actually,
You
like,
gotta like say something.
and then it's like, so it's like writing a song with no beat, and so it's like a different thing. And I mean, all of that stuff, I probably practiced the acapella verses less than all the other shit, but yo, especially when you're trying to like prep for a live show, I find it really helpful to be able to do the verse a cappella. If you can do the verse a cappella, you can lay it to any beat at that point. So, yeah, I don't know.
Agreed.
But yeah, the dub got me to that. Anyway, I appreciate you doing that stills. And you said that's where you're at. You're working on the project, and you're working on that with
Oh yeah,
Nunzio.
yeah. I'm definitely gonna do most of that
I'll be
project with
recording
Nunzio.
at Nunzio's studio.
Actually, me and Nunzio just did a song called "Money in the Bank," which I really like. It's like on the drill beat too, so it's pretty dope.
Mm.
We're actually gonna get somebody from overseas. He didn't tell me who. He said, but somebody from overseas will be on it. I think the producer is from London actually, or England in general. So that's dope
Usually they
too.
are. I'm saying usually they
There
are.
you go.
Some of the best drill producers are. I mean, they're the ones that originated the sound. That
Oh
sound that
yeah, well
everybody
they
thinks
didn't
is
call it
like
drill, they called it
Brooklyn.
grime.
Well, nah, they were doing after the grime. They like after Chicago drill popped
Okay.
off. Um, that drill sound was a UK drill sound, the same sound that Pop Smoke and Fabio Foreign and the Brooklyn drill artists that blew up the drill scene and sound in New York City. That sound that then the Bronx adopted as well. All that sound is like the UK drill sound. It comes from the UK, but
Yeah,
we adopted it.
and it's like an
Hmm.
I'm with
evolution
it.
to that grime stuff. I
Yeah.
mean,
Except we added samples to it. That's what we did because we're New Yorkers and we love some samples.
Yep.
So we were just like, yo, you know, it sound hard over this, a sample.
oh, that's cool.
A sample.
Man, you really all over with it though, man. So you make the clothes, you do the marketing, the advertising, you can like, do the photography and you make the music. That's like a pretty complete package of a guy who does a lot more than just is like an artist. Like you really are a mogul. That's some mogul stuff.
Mhm.
Being able to be like you're basically a vertically integrated shop by yourself.
Vertically integrated shop. I like that.
Yeah. That's a good
You should take that. You should use that.
So the only thing I didn't mention is I part time manage a friend of mine too. His music career is kind of buzzing. He has like 150,000 streams on his album that he dropped this December, so that we're proud of that. But he his name is D Roy Music. If you want to check him out, by the way. Basically, he said to me maybe 5, 6 years ago that I'm a hidden gem in the midst of everyone, and usually people they're so focused on themselves usually, especially artists. When I'm always trying to like, hey, I can help you, I can help you, I can do things for you, I can help you. They're kind of like whatever, whatever, you know. And he said it's because a lot of people you do so many things they don't understand how to utilize you in the proper way. And when he said that to me, it kind of I was taken back from it, and I was able to kind of rethink how I approach people. So I stopped kind of forcing myself on people things I can do, and more like organically just talk to them. You know, just say, hey, what's going on with you? And as they tell me about things, then I'll say, well, I could help you with that one thing, and then it may be one thing I'm mentioning, right? I help them with that, and then all of a sudden they come to me like, I did this with you, but you know, I need somebody to do this. Well, I do that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it becomes like a snowball effect, and
Mm-hmm.
before then all of a sudden they realize like, oh wow,
I
you can
could,
do all
you,
of this for
yep.
me. And I said, exactly. So I stopped trying to force that on people, and it worked. And it worked in my favor.
So you stop
Yeah,
being a
I
little.
can see it. I can see it working.
Nah, because it sounds like you went from being a little thirsty with the skill set to like the chill, laid back guy to just be magnetic with it.
Yeah, and that's traditionally my natural personality. So just lay back.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool, man. I mean, you definitely are one of those hidden gems. I would agree. We constantly all be looking for people like you in our lives, and arguably
Mm-hmm.
you've been doing this for a long time too, which needs to be recognized as well,
Listen,
because we're talking
it is
decades.
now 22 years. 22 years
Mm-hmm.
since I started rapping the first time. And that's crazy. Like I've been rapping longer than a lot of people have been alive. That's in hip hop
There's
today.
drill artists right now that are like, damn, son, I was born 20 years ago.
That's facts.
You were rapping
Right,
before
exactly.
you were rapping before I was born.
But yeah, I do think it's like,
Like I've had an incredible journey. Met people you wouldn't believe. Hung out with. I was at one point I was trying to get signed to Electra Records. I was hanging out with Nocturnal, like Snoop's quote unquote cousin, and you know, things like that on tour buses even back then that I didn't even mention. You know, but it's it's just incredible. It's like so much stuff in my life that's happened that I feel truly blessed. And even to be, you know, at this moment full circle to, you know, pretty much back on the dub where I felt like everything took off, you know, re-explaining and reigniting everything again, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we get to be a part of that. And honestly, it's a really riveting story. I mean, people who can go
Work.
past 2 decades in anything, that's some rare shit in life, just
Big
ever.
fact.
And so, like, that makes you kind of legendary with it, you know? Like, and the fact that you're
Thank you.
just
That's all I wanted to
reinvigorated
hear.
and willing to go further, it's like 20 more, 20, 30 more, who knows? We'll just keep running. And
Just
that's
keep running.
I'll be honest with you. I learned my lesson. I actually one of the songs I'm dropping is like on some common sense throwback vibe, where I'm talking about hip hop as if it's a female that I went through a breakout with, and I came back, and that's one of my songs I'm coming out with, and it fits because I realize now that I can never leave hip hop again. Like I'm here. Like I'm not going anywhere. Even if I'm be 90s trying to spit some bars, it's gonna happen. Like I used to always say when I was younger, like I don't want to be the old dude in the club, and now I'm like I want to be the old dude in the club.
it's amazing what becoming the
Shouts to
old.
being the old dude in the club.
Facts. It's amazing what getting older does to you on that topic.
Yeah, nah, I'm not chilling out. Fuck out of here.
But yeah,
Partying harder. I got more money now. You want me to stop partying when I get more money? Fuck out of here. I'm
That's what
going
I'm
in the
talking
club. I'm
about.
popping bottles.
Right. It's like I was looking at things like you. One thing I never had was like a nice chain or whatever, and I always wanted a chain, but I was always like, I gotta get this real chain. I got this real chain, and I didn't realize that it's so many like avenues. Like these rappers got these chains. I'm like, where did he get all this money from? And now I realize, like, yo, these dudes are going overseas copping chains for like a fraction of the price, and it'll be real diamonds, quote unquote. And you know they're custom pieces, and they're wearing them, and they're saying they paid 100 grand for something they paid like $4,000 for. It's craziness, but you know, now that I'm in the merch world and I'm seeing the inner workings of how merchandise is being prepared, like I used to see like I do school rings too, so I was used to that formula, and I was like, wow, those silver rings are really cheap, not thinking like, oh, they can do chains too.
Yeah.
So that that's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna get into the jewelry thing and start getting a little partnership with somebody doing jewelry overseas, and I'm gonna start hooking these rappers up.
That's wild stills,
Oh
man.
man,
Like I wasn't even expecting you to just
Yeah, you're
pull
gonna see
new
a lot
shit
of
out the
hustling,
icy
bag.
rappers.
hustling.
Watch.
That's incredible. Like all of that is like that's why I was really excited for this, because like sometimes you wildly don't think about things until somebody explains some shit to you, or like even I know it's gonna sound wild, but the percentage blend of my t-shirts is not something I would have cared much to pay attention to, or what materials are used, and I'm
Right.
like,
Nah, yeah, that's super
it's a
important.
big
Right, but
knowledge nugget right there, and it's just the
if
whole
you
way.
think about it, that's what gives you the feel
Yeah,
behind the
no,
materials, the
that's exactly
fabrics.
what gives you the feel.
And then I mean I'm sure there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more to
Just
life.
like the first time I got told about Egyptian thread count and all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff for sheets, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what? Let's get some sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you think it's
Once I
whatever,
found like
and
some
then you get some
Egyptian
nice
cotton
high
or
thread
whatever
count
thread count,
sheets, and then you sleep in that shit, and now you're like, God damn, I don't want to sleep in regular sheets anymore ever
why have
again.
Facts.
I not been doing this the whole
Mm-hmm.
time? Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's some grown up shit though. It's kind of hard to convince myself as a younger person to have cared about most of this.
Yeah, nah, big facts. When you're young, you shouldn't be caring about that shit. You know
But
what I
now,
mean?
bro,
You got to
like
care
I got
about
on
like
that
the
thread
next,
count game. That's one of those
you
ones
know?
where like because at a certain point you buy the cheap sheets. You're like, no, this ain't it. This ain't like the ones my mom got or
Yeah.
whatever.
I
No,
mean, but ho, come on. Yeah, yeah. You're over here talking like you're fucking fresh out of high school, spry teenager and shit. Like,
nah, I'm
come
just
on, you're an
remember.
adult. That's why you're doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nah, but I remember just
Like, that's
having
why
that
you're
You
doing
buy
it.
moment,
your own
right?
toilet paper now.
You definitely didn't do that shit at 19. You know why? Because at 19, you don't care about your fucking sheet thread count. You're caring
Nah,
about
my mom just
fucking,
procured shit for me at a certain point, so it was pretty simple. And
yeah,
then
that's what I'm
at a
saying.
certain point in my mid-20s, a lot more became, oh, my mom not doing that no more.
No, you're a grown ass
Yeah.
man.
Yo, the first time I had to buy some like, toilet paper and paper towels, that was it for me. I was like, yo, what the hell? Why'd that cost so much money? It's like I just wiped my ass with that. Then why did it cost $25?
I feel that still. Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, ill answers.
Word.
Like you
No,
definitely like.
I appreciate you having me for real.
I mean, this was a blessing. I learned a whole bunch. We got to hear your
Word. Big fact.
perspectives on it. There's always one or two of those moments where I'm like, ooh, that'd be a hot ass clip right there. So like, like there's some shit, in this interview where like you really like came through and did your thing and taught us a whole bunch about who you are. Like I'm wildly impressed by you, ill answer. I mean, I know Flacco just knows all this shit about you, but I didn't know
Yeah,
anything.
he knows a lot about this.
You were just like there in the Zoom, being one of those faces that sometimes complimented us, which was always nice because you've definitely done that a bunch. But like the realms of all the stuff that you're involved in is just like,
You're a good man.
holy shit. Like it's a lot, and you're so humble about it too. Like it's not just
Yup.
like you could be a lot cockier and get away with it. Is all I'm trying to say.
Don't worry, he does that too.
I did that more with the music.
But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to thank you for coming through again, and I appreciate that. I don't know if you have anything you want to leave the people with.
I mean, just check out Rosebud. Once again, supporting Rosebud supports my daughter, in the future and now. So, check it out. Buy a shirt. Buy 10.
Yeah. So I appreciate you again, and I also just wanted to say thanks to End of the Week for holding it down and for being here. You can't see her, but thanks to Danny for, doing her thing off cam and just, being a
Program
huge part of that.
director,
Facts.
executive producer.
I know. So just thanks to the End of the Week platform and everything they're doing and just having us around for the ride, which is always amazing. So you can go support them at eodub.com. It's the easiest place to find your preferred way to get in touch with them. And yeah, it's always a pleasure to go.
I didn't mention this either.
Oof.
But subscribe to EOW TV YouTube.
That yeah.
YouTube.
Subscribe to that. I just usually
That way you
YouTube
can talk with
EOW.
Shelly, because Shelly, you got the comment from Shelly to ask him to rhyme on YouTube. So people are watching on YouTube, tuning in on YouTube,
and
hit up the EOW
I see
TV
Kai
YouTube,
Face is there saying, "Great interview. Salute Flacco and Holden and my brother ill." So there is people on the YouTube. There may even be people on Facebook.
Ill S was throwing your whole name, your whole fucking
That's
government
right.
out there.
I
was like,
remember
hey, yo,
that.
Chill out, bro. My guy. Jesus Christ.
Yo, Kai Vase knows. I know him. I know Kai Vase for 20-something years, you know, so, you know.
Fair enough. You earned the right.
One of my longest
super
friends,
producer.
You know?
But yeah, man.
I never seen somebody take up production that quick and take to it that well, that fast.
Yo, everything he does it that way though. Actual, he's
I already know.
Shoot music videos for people.
I already know.
He used to do like, he's incredible, yo. So you know, y'all got to get him on the show too.
Absolutely,
we're gonna
set that up for sure. And yeah,
absolutely.
I just also wanted to thank all the people watching live. Y'all are wonderful wherever you are. And thanks to all the people watching this in the future. Y'all are also wonderful wherever you are. And yeah, so yeah, it's been a great time with everybody. Appreciate everyone out there again one more time. Make sure again to follow Ill Answer on Instagram for him and Rosebud Clothing Co. for those on the audio stuffs. And yeah, live long and prosper, everybody.
Gang.